Let's put you on the air.
Negative. I got nothing.
Hello, and welcome, drunk dudes and dolls and drunk sports pod turds to a Wednesday edition of the Drunk Sports Podcast, live from the DSP Media Podcast Studios in North Dallas. I am IndyCar Tim, joined by the magical and the sometimes mystical, but always clean-shaven. No, I can't even say that. Mr. Colby Sapp. Hello, Colby. It is Wednesday, my dude. Mr. Colby said, "Hello, Colby." Oh my God, dude! How ridiculous is the world? Oh my God, dude! No, I'll work on it and see if we can't get it in before the end of the show because it's paramount. No, I'll work on it. See if we can't get it in before. You and I were literally crying right here, laughing at this stupid video. And we've seen a lot of people get hit in the nuts. And then we've heard a lot of people fart. Never at the same time and never like this. Yeah. I've got to produce on the air here. Just give me 2 seconds as we're having.
Here we go. As he's talking.
There we go.
You got something?
No, we're good.
All right. And coming up on the show as he's doing whatever the hell he's doing, we are about to go around the Cowboys, give you a little Colts preview, see if we can catch any kind of update about Odell Beckham Jr., and then we got some Twitter polls about the Cowboys. The good, bad, and the ugly is our famous birthday segment to where I dig up all the people that were born today that I think are famous, and we go through and find out who's good, who's bad, and who's ugly. Twitter love confessions of the week is
Can't wait for this.
Down. I do have some major comic book news or comic book movie news to throw in here. A little Drunk Sports Top 10, as that also involves comic books in one way, shape, or form, because Tim found a list on Ranker, and we all know that Ranker is not always accurate.
You know what my new motto for Ranker is?
What's that?
Rankers for wankers.
Okay, all right. I mean,
I don't know. I just came up with that.
Yeah. So, penis. We got our picks, our Week 13 NFL picks against the spread, and then I've got news and notes. So that's what's all going down right here on the Drunk Sports Podcast, and sprinkled somewhere in there, we're going to give you guys an opportunity through downloading and commenting on the download or on the YouTube video, or just shooting us a tweet at Colby Sapp or at IndyCar Tim. We're going to start putting up options because we may want to change this little name of the Drunk Sports Podcast to something else. And
well, it's not a may. We're changing it.
We got a few options to throw out there, and we may give you the opportunity to vote on one. Not that we're going to
we don't have to listen to you.
Your opinion, but it'll be out there. And if enough smart people say enough smart things about some of the options that we have out there, then, we might listen.
Oh, you know what? We have our first option now, as someone just texted in anonymously. They would like us to change the name of the show to the Jason Starkey Show.
Okay.
I don't know who sent that in.
I'm going to go with Jason Starkey.
We will take that under advisement.
So we'll have a few more options that we'll give you in one of these segments. Probably one that we're running short on, or one that we don't care how long we go on. So, but right now, I guess it's time for you and I, Tim, to go around the Cowboys.
Let's go, Cowboys! Let's go, Cowboys! And now it's time for Around the Cowboys, where we discuss America's team and all of their mediocre NFC East opponents.
Wrong.
Brought to you by the Drunk Sports Podcast and BetUS,
You know, Tim, when all of the NFC East is probably going to end up making the playoffs some way, shape, or form, I don't think you can call their divisional opponents mediocre.
No, but I did that last year when they actually were mediocre, and it's a lot of work to change an intro. I mean, it's not.
It's really not. It just takes you remembering that it should be changed and then it actually taking the 45 seconds in order to do so.
Literally 45 seconds is all it would take to change that.
So, but we've got a little Colts preview, and Tim, I'm feeling like, and you know what? I don't even care because I know we've got this game also in our picks against the spread, but by the time we get around to 8:20, half of you people aren't going to remember any of the words that I said right now.
No.
So, this is about to be a blowout, gentlemen.
Wow, really?
This is about to be, and I know somebody like, this is probably a trap game or something along that lines. It could have been because you think of the Colts and you think, man, I know their quarterback's a statue. I know, but they've got that running back, and they've got like Quentin Nelson and them guys on the offensive line. It should be good. Their wide receivers are kind of tall and good downfield. They can probably put up a fight. Here's the problem. Their run game's not really that good. In fact, everything that they're getting is pretty much that running back on his own. Mm-hmm. That kid from Tool Time, Jonathan Taylor Thomas. We wondered what happened to him when he quit acting. Right, we found him. He's a Colt.
Yeah, unfortunately for him.
So he's getting everything that he can, like, all by his little lonesome self. So that's not good. And defensively, they're also not great. So you get a lead on them, and it's going to be Matt Ryan standing back in the pocket trying to play catch up, and he can't move.
We talked about this a little bit off the air. It seems like Matt Ryan's fall from, I won't even say fame, I'll say fall from effectiveness was quick. Like, he wasn't this bad in Atlanta last year.
No, he was not. In fact, when the Colts picked up Matt Ryan, and I said, you know what? Matt Ryan's probably better than anything the Colts had playing, quarterback, I thought, the year before. And he's going to be steadier, and he's going to be better for the locker room. And I saw the offensive line kind of, start to meld together and have some good players in it. And you've got a good running back, and they've got pretty good wide receivers. And I thought, better watch out for the Colts this year. You better watch out for the fact that Matt Ryan all of a sudden just, like, overnight turned to dust.
Man, it's hard to watch. I mean, I'm not a huge Matt Ryan fan. I mean, I always liked him. I don't really give two craps about the Falcons or anything. But, dude, he was really good for a while. I mean, for a long time. And then he just sort of became average, which, teams can win with an average quarterback.
Have you seen how old he looks, though?
Dude.
Like, in the face and everything. He went from Matt Ryan with the Falcons uniform on. He looked all right, and you knew he couldn't move, but boy, he could get rid of that ball and just chuck it downfield.
It's bad.
And now he went from like, I'm a youngin' to I'm in a retirement home.
I hope he's wearing some Depends out there on the football field.
Well, he's going to need them. And it's that there's no Depends about it. He's going to need them. It's not either or. Go put them on because somebody is going to knock the shit.
Colby,
is he
gonna die Sunday night?
I don't know if he's going to die because he is one tough son of a bitch.
But he's old and fragile and frail and brittle.
He looks all of that. If you don't believe me, just go pull up any highlights. If you haven't seen a lot of the Colts, or maybe you just missed them when they were on national TV, go just look at some highlights of Colts ball. And even when they're showing the highlights, he just looks old. So, yeah, Parsons may end up with 4 sacks.
Well, he's not going to outrun anybody.
No. And the way Parsons is running that edge, and if you listen to the sounds from the sideline on YouTube with the Cowboys game, a lot of times they'll catch DeMarcus Lawrence talking to Micah Parsons about different stuff. And some of that they were talking about, Lawrence is like, all right, I'm going to run this. If you'll run this, you'll be open or you'll be one-on-one. And this was multiple times coming back to the sideline from the Giants game.
Mm-hmm.
That they were just like, all right, now I'm going to run this inside twist. If you'll come around to the other side, you're going to be one-on-one or you're going to be open. And they were just planning because of Parsons' speed. They were planning to get Parsons to the quarterback.
Right.
So instead of DeMarcus Lawrence looking for his own, he's just wanting the team to succeed, which, by the way, good God almighty, does that right there should make you feel awesome knowing that's going on.
Right.
On the sidelines. So I just see this as, I know the line is 12.5? Is that what it was?
12.5 when I did I think it's down to 9.5, but we're for our picks, we're going 12.
I don't know if that's enough. I really don't.
You're a little more confident than me, I think.
I shouldn't be much more confident than you.
I mean that's a lot of, I don't know, man.
I see the Cowboys going up by a couple of scores, and once that happens, the Colts abandon all the run game and try and play catch up, and they're going to get Matt Ryan killed.
I mean, it could happen. It could very well happen. I'm trying to look up and see how many times he's been sacked this year. Oh, here you go. Colby, this is just for 2022. Matt Ryan, would you like to take a guess?
Matt Ryan has been sacked. You know what? I don't even want to guess.
32.
Holy shit.
So what I did is I went back and I pulled all of the plays, all the audio, all of the visual, and I put together a little mix mash. What do they call it?
A mix mash?
A mix mash of audio of Matt Ryan being sacked 32 times. I would like to play that now, if I may.
Okay.
Stay hard, Matt Ryan. That's all I can say because you're probably not going to live past Sunday.
I also found the same list of audio, but it's every one of those is a hit by another defensive lineman onto Matty Ice.
Oh, Matt Ryan.
I did want to also get into something now because, by the way, that was your Colts preview for me. I don't think you have to worry about that game at all.
So you don't think the Cowboys' rushing defense will have any issues with Jonathan Taylor-Thomas?
I don't think they will because they're not running the ball good. The Colts themselves aren't running the ball good.
That's true.
And the other thing is that the Dallas Cowboys themselves are starting to fix some of those issues with the running game.
They are.
So that being a concentration of this very talented defense, I just don't see that. The only thing that I see that could possibly be is if Matt Ryan gets the ball off the length of the receivers on the outside for the Colts is something that, well, for Anthony Brown, is something that could throw our guys off.
Right.
It's not going to throw Diggs off, but it could throw Anthony Brown off because he's not playing well. We need him to start playing well because there's nobody to replace him with because everybody below him sucks.
By the way, I did a piece just for everybody that gives a damn over there at that CowboysSI.com this morning, and also did the Dallas Cowboys Daily Blitz about the same thing on Trayvon Diggs. Last year at this time, everybody will remember, of course, he had 11 sacks on the season, the most by a Dallas Cowboy, interceptions. The most by a Dallas Cowboy since one Everson Walls, friend of the show. At this point, after 11 games last year, Colby, he had 8 sacks.
8 interceptions.
God dang, why do I keep saying sacks?
I don't know.
God, I'm going to have to spin the fucking wheel.
Yeah.
This season, he has 3 interceptions through 11 games.
He's playing better.
And that's exactly what my piece was about, because if you go back, the Dallas Cowboys for the season ranked 20th at the end of the year in passing yards allowed with just over 4,000.
Right.
Would you care to guess where the Dallas Cowboys are at this point of this season in passing yards allowed by a team?
I'm going to go. They're probably
number 1.
They are. I was 1 or 2.
They're number 1, allowing under 2,000 yards so far on the season. Well under 2,000 yards. I think it was like 1,955, 1,955 yards. Trayvon Diggs, in the season in which he had 11 interceptions, got it right that time.
Yes!
His Pro Football Focus score was 50.6, which is tremendously low for a player with 11 interceptions. Mm-hmm. He has 3 interceptions this year. His Pro Football Focus grade has gone up to almost 71. And that, of course, is because he is not allowing nearly as many yards as he did last. Remember, last year he was just allowing all sorts of yards in between those interceptions.
Right.
The interceptions just sort of glossed over all those yards he was giving up.
Well, I mean, you give up so much, but then you also get the ball back. It was pretty much an even trade most people are willing to take.
Yeah, and I didn't have a problem with that strategy. But Dan Quinn in the offseason said, man, you can do better.
Right.
And, we had some quotes from Trayvon Diggs in the offseason. The first week of camp, he said, man, I got challenged by my coach. I'm going to do better. And he's done nothing but come out this year and be better, to where I think that Pro Football Focus grade puts him, at least by their estimation, the 5th best corner in the league. And that might be about right for him. Do you think that's low or high for him?
I think it's a little bit low. I can't. I mean, I know you've got a couple other guys out there that are right on the same, stance in the same everything. You would rank them together. I don't know if there's 4 because you have him at 5th, right?
Yeah. That's according to the Pro Foot. And I don't have the 4 in front of him. I didn't dig that deep, but
so. Yeah, I don't know if there's 4 of them. I can think of a couple that I'm like, yeah, that guy.
You still think Jalen Ramsey's better than him?
I'm not sure if Jalen's really good. I don't think I'd rank him higher right now. I don't think I'd rank him higher.
I mean, I wouldn't. I don't know that I ever have. I've never been big on Jalen. I know for like a year he was really, really good. And I feel like his reputation has survived some really mediocre seasons because he was really, really good for a really short period of time.
Yeah, I think with him, it's more on how he does things. And yeah, there's been times where he's ended up being a meme and and looking like he's not as good, but for most of the part, he's well positioned and usually got the guy covered that he's supposed to get covered. So I'm not going to say he's not. I just don't think he's better right now than Diggs.
No, I don't either. I was trying to find out. I think you got to pay for it to get their actual list. So
nobody wants to pay for that. We can find a way around it and hack it later. I also wanted to throw this out there. So one of the big comments that's been going around about your Dallas Cowboys is the fact that, well, they're one of the most penalized teams in the NFL right now. And they can't help but shooting themselves in the foot to the point that nearly every press conference, except for that Minnesota game, starts off with, well, we need to stop shooting ourselves in the foot and we need to stop the self-inflicted wounds and so on and so on. But there was some digging done, and I'm not going to take credit for this. This happened to be part of my time listening to the KNC Masterpiece today. And one Kevin Hagelin brought up the fact that as he looked at the splits on the penalties, that the Dallas Cowboys, during away games, their false starts and their self-inflicted wounds are way down compared to when they're at home in the confines of the Jerry world. They're vastly different, which first leads me to believe that the Dallas Cowboys do have the ability to concentrate and get control of the penalties when they're totally focused. When are you not totally focused? When you're a little bit more relaxed in your own place with your own fans, you don't have quite the same edge. Mm-hmm. And this was something that Stephen Jones has been quoted as saying, we need to get this fixed. We need to get it fixed. We need to get it fixed. I'm actually here looking at, of course, as I do, looking at cup half full. Fellas, it doesn't look like, and I say fellas and ladies, whoever's watching, it doesn't look like.
There's probably not a lot of ladies right now.
I'm just saying, I'm used to saying fellas when I'm talking to the show in the group, and there's only 2 of us here. It's weird. It doesn't look like the Dallas Cowboys are going to be playing a home playoff game as it stands right now, and it may be to the point where you don't want that to happen as a Dallas Cowboys fan. Because if the concentration level seems to go up and the penalties go down with the right now your two highly ranked sides of the ball is offense and defense and your special teams ain't bad, you might want to step into everybody's house during this playoffs. And that might be the key to the Dallas Cowboys making a deep run, is not having a home playoff game.
You know, and we talked about this before the show just a little bit, and before you even threw those stats at me, I already didn't want the Cowboys to play a home playoff game. I'm okay with them going on the road to play, because right now, if the playoffs started today, they're the 5th seed. Tampa Bay is the 4th seed as the leader of the NFC South.
Right.
I'm okay going on the road to play Tampa Bay right now.
I'd rather play Atlanta.
Well, but they're not in the playoffs right now.
I'm just saying, I'm cheering for Atlanta to go
God,
ahead
how crazy would that be, man?
and win that thing and go up against just what Atlanta has.
I mean, no, I obviously agree.
And the only reason for that is I mentioned this last week. I know Tampa Bay sucks right now, but it's Tom Brady and it's the playoffs. And if I can just miss him altogether, I think
I'm okay with that.
I'm all right with that.
I just think, how cool would it be? I think I mentioned this in one of my articles too. How cool would it be for the Cowboys to go on the road to play Tampa Bay in the wild card round? Probably Tom Brady's last game.
Right.
And you finally beat him.
That'd be nice.
Because Tom Brady's never lost to the Cowboys in his 58-year career. How great would that be to send him off, finally losing against the Cowboys in a home playoff game for him?
And him holding that. No, that'd be sweet.
Yeah.
That would be awesome if it happened. You know what would be not awesome?
If he won.
If he won.
Which is also possible, Colby.
It is possible. Because it sucks. And I still remember, what was it? It was last year? It was last year. Yeah. It was last year. The first game was against Tampa Bay as well, right?
Yeah, but it was over there.
It was over there.
31-29. Remember Tampa Bay won on the last drive of the game?
No, I remember it. But
Yeah.
what I want to say is last year, Dak Prescott, at the end of the game, when he was shaking Tom Brady's hand, said, we'll see you again. Like in the playoffs, we'll see you again.
Yeah, that didn't work out too well.
Didn't quite work out too well. It'd be nice to be back again and be like, I was early on my comment.
Yeah, I didn't mean that year.
Right.
I meant this year.
So do you have a Odell Beckham Jr. update?
So I do. As, again, for all your Odell Beckham Jr. updates, go over to CowboysSI.com, because Mike Fisher has his ear to the ground literally over at the Star.
Exclusive.
I FaceTimed him on the phone about some work stuff, and he literally answered the phone with his ear on the ground there at the turf at the Star. I didn't know if he just passed out or what, but I didn't really ask.
He just farted.
He's sort of laying there. Oh, wait, we have audio of that, Colby. This is live Mike Fisher over at the Star earlier today. I'm sorry, Mike, what was that?
That drop will make more sense once y'all see the video that we're trying to download right now. No, it's not what you think it is if you're thinking it's anything.
No, because you're wrong. I promise you, if you
Yeah.
think you're wrong. And it still says preparing to download, Colby. I don't know what's
Damn
happening
it.
right now. But anyway, so the latest from Odell Beckham Jr. is the Cowboys are in the lead.
Okay.
Now, we know that he's got visits scheduled with New York in this order, starting I believe December 4th. New York Giants,
Okay.
Buffalo Bills,
Right.
Dallas Cowboys last.
Oh.
Don't you want to be the last visit for Odell Beckham Jr.?
No.
You don't.
No, and the reason is I just don't want him to leave here.
That's what I'm saying. We're the last place. Like, he's going to come here and he's just going to stay.
Right. I'm just afraid, and this is actually came out of what Von Miller said this, and ESPN was quoting it. When Odell gets here, he's not leaving.
Well, Von Miller's not there right now. He's hurt, so
True.
why would Odell want to go? Oh, yeah, man, I'll come play with you, my buddy Von Miller we won a Super Bowl ring with last year. Oh, wait, you can't play anymore.
Right.
Why would I want to waste my time there?
And it's cold.
It's really cold.
And 2 ACLs.
They still have 28 feet of snow at Rich. Well, it's not Rich Stadium anymore, whatever the hell it is.
Right.
Highmark Stadium. So I have it on good authority, and it came to me in a dream.
Okay.
That Odell Beckham Jr. will be a Dallas Cowboy by December 15th.
By the way, if we're also giving updates on stuff that's really cool, and not just dreaming this, it looks like your Tyron Smith, and I said this Monday night, but it's getting even more like double and triple confirmed as other people are starting to talk about it. It looks like maybe after the Texans game, and might right now actually be the Texans game, is when you start seeing one Tyron Smith out there.
I think that would be a good game for him to return for.
So
I don't think the Texans have anybody on the offensive line that scares anybody.
right, or on the defensive line.
I'm sorry, on the defensive line, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Go intercept that touchdown, fumble, sack.
Man, I'm just all over the place tonight. So, yeah, there's my Odell Beckham Jr. update. We don't really have to do Twitter polls. Nobody cares about those.
Okay. All right. Well, fuck content.
Wait, here, we'll do it right now. Watch. Here's a poll. 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 Those are our Twitter polls. So if you're watching the video, you just got to pause. You can go see what the Twitter polls were.
Okay.
It's basically just showing a lack of respect for the Cowboys nationally is really all it was.
Well, and nobody has a reason to, because every time the Cowboys are brought up like this, they're built up, they're hyped up, and then they fall apart. It just feels different this year, guys. It just feels different.
Does it? See, to me, it kind of feels the same. I don't know why.
And I don't think it should. And the reason why I don't think it should, now normally if somebody says something this year feels different, it's been previous years or whatever, there's been a lot of if this goes right, and if this goes right, and if this goes right, it's going to be awesome. And we're always waiting for this guy to come back from injury and this, that, and the other. And they don't really do it, or doesn't really happen. The only thing that we're waiting on right now is to see if the offensive line gets even better than they are with Tyron Smith on his way. And if that doesn't happen, I'm actually fine with what we've got at offensive line right now. So it's not like we're begging for that to happen. And the other side of that is, what if Odell Beckham Jr. comes?
Gross.
Well, yeah, phrasing.
Phrasing.
Here's the thing. Right now, the way the offense is looking and the way they're able to run the ball, and that opens up your wide receivers, and Michael Gallup is the guy for the first half, and CeeDee Lamb takes over the second half, and if that's what's going to continue, especially with this group of tight ends that you have, it's not like you desperately need it. The Odell Beckham Jr. show. And if you get it, that's just icing. That's not a need or whatever. The way the offense is playing, the way the defense is playing, there's not really – the only hole that you can point at is that they stumble against a run game, and that's actually looking like it's getting fixed, Tim.
It's much better than it was, I think, the rushing defense. I want to go back to your wide receiver point, though.
Well, you don't – let me go ahead and say this real quick. IndyCar Tim Ham is one of the worst judge of wide receiver talents that I have ever come across in working in sports radio or anybody I call friends.
Are you saying that because I think Mike Sherrard was the greatest Cowboys receiver of all time?
There's another one.
I'm just kidding.
I don't
think that.
There's plenty of those.
It was clearly Butch Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
No, and I'm really not. I don't know where Colby's getting that from. Just because I think CeeDee Lamb's not nearly as good as everybody thinks he is. I also think Michael Gallup hasn't come all the way back yet.
No.
He's got some work to do. He does not look good.
But he is taking over the first half of games. They are getting him involved
intentionally. That's game planned.
Yes.
Which is good. They need that. And we don't know what James Washington is going to bring.
I don't know
if
he's going to bring.
If anything, I think you need Odell Beckham Jr. a lot more than you think they need Odell Beckham Jr. I still think you need somebody to take a little bit of the pressure off of CeeDee Lamb because he is under a tremendous amount of pressure, and he's had a couple of good games.
Mm-hmm.
He's also had some pretty abysmal performances. I don't like those mixed in with the good games. I need some more consistency out of him. I'm on record, and you hate this, saying that I don't think he's a viable wide receiver one in the NFL right now, the way he runs routes and as inconsistent as he is. Can he change that? Absolutely.
Right.
Do I hope he does? Yes. If OBJ is here, I think that takes a lot of the pressure off of him. I think his performance will improve. Anytime you can get Dak Prescott another target, I think that's just a good thing. If you can spread the defense out just a little bit to give Dak some more holes to throw into, I think that's a good thing. That all said, do you really need Tyron Smith to come back against the Texans?
No, not the Texans, but I'm just looking.
Do you need him back at all this year?
The way that at some points that Tyler's been playing that tackle position as far as in passing downs, it's not always looking as great as it could look over there. And initially you were going to have him work his way towards being that tackle at some point, but he was going to be a guard. With his physical skills and and how much talent he has and his just brute force of an individual that he is, if you move him to guard and you have Tyron playing at, say, 80% of what we know Tyron to be, that offensive line went from, hey, these guys are pretty good, to, holy shit, there's nobody that can stop them. You're talking about going back to the Road Graders offensive line that stood in front of Tony Romo when they had, when Spraytan was running back. And so, yeah, these guys, they could turn into something huge and special because your weak link is nobody's heard anything bad about him, and that's Biotish.
Yeah, the fact that we're not hearing his name called hardly ever is a good thing.
And the idea that then you would take McGovern and you would, when you really needed him, moved him to fullback.
Which is great.
Can you imagine that in short yardage plays? Holy shit, I would be excited just to watch it. You know what I want to see? I want to see a spread formation that or a 3 wide receivers formation, except for they're all 3 tight ends.
Which they've done.
Yes. And then you have Zeke Elliott back there as your bruising running back.
And put McGovern where Johnston used to line up.
Yeah. And run that. That's 5 yards each play, Garen effing Teed.
Just run that every play.
You talk about clock eaters. That'd be amazing. So yeah, no, I'm not saying you need. I didn't say you need him back. I also don't think you need Odell Beckham Jr. But that's all. Just the top, just the cream of everything that could possibly happen with this team. That's the reason why to be excited. And I know that everybody has friends out there on social media, or you could be that asshole yourself that's going to sit there and tell us why we shouldn't be excited because, I don't know, look at history in the past and what and whatever. And that's what you sound like to me every time I read anything that you're talking about, especially talking about Dak or, when Tim talks about CeeDee Lamb, like he actually knows what a wide receiver looks like, which I don't believe he does.
I know what CeeDee Lamb looks like.
No, I don't think you know what a wide receiver is supposed to do or how routes are supposed to look or what a good one looks like.
Oh, I know what routes are supposed to look like.
No, okay. How did you try and make that sound sexual?
Wait, here's me trying to explain to Colby why CeeDee Lamb doesn't look good running routes.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like.
It's pretty much. Pretty much.
What's next, Colby?
Well, right now it's time for Good, Bad, and the Ugly, right?
Oh, that's not Good, Bad, and the Ugly.
No, that's Mystery Shotgun. This is the Good, Bad, and the Ugly. This is where I run through all the list of people that were born today, find the famous people that are on that list, or maybe just famous to me, and then we give you guys the opportunity. You can tweet at us. You can comment right now in the video that you are watching, or you can tell us about it if you've downloaded this, who you think is the good person out of this list, the bad person, and the ugly person. Starting off our list today is one Aaron Malloy. It's Aaron Malloy's birthday, our friend on the old Facebook.
Oh, I'm like,
Do I know Aaron Malloy?
Yeah, you do. You've had conversations with him on the Facebook.
I'm thinking like rapper or actor.
No.
How old is our buddy Aaron Malloy?
Didn't look.
I'm going to guess like 37.
You know what? I'm going to go 2 under 35. And the reason why I did that is just so not as much of, in case he's like 30 or something, where we don't look like that much of assholes.
Let me look up. I bet Facebook will tell me, won't it?
It probably will. I just didn't take the time to pull it up. But happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Aaron.
You were mentioned on Good, Bad, and the Ugly. Look at you go. While Tim is looking that up, and we can hear him slap his keyboard with his little
It's not the only thing I'm slapping in here.
being a sausage fingers. Elijah Cuthbert is 39.
Colby. She's a good.
I will let you know there might be some other that you just have to stop down and say, Colby, she's a good.
So we were way off on Aaron.
Is he 83?
49.
What? Man. Facebook filters. Am I right?
Wow.
Turning 69 today. One
Giggle.
Mandy Patinkin.
Mandy Patinkin.
Yeah. Patinkin.
From The Princess Bride.
Yes. Yes. And also, what was it?
Criminal Minds or something?
Criminal Minds. And
Man,
then
he's a good too.
He is a good. Also, that Showtime show where about the spies and shit. I forgot what it's called.
Never had Showtime.
Used to be.
Had it in the 80s when they showed porn.
No, that was Skinamax. Sir.
Ooh, Skinamax.
Turning 66 today. One Billy Idol.
Colby, you know what they say about Billy Idol?
Nope.
We need more.
It's true.
Wow, how old is he? 89?
66.
Oh, so he's still 3 years away from the magical 69, dude.
That's right.
All right. Damn, dude, this is going to be a hard list.
Turning. Oh, it's getting stiffer here.
That's what she said.
Turning 59 today. One man that's been berated and underrated by one Kevin Hagelin his whole entire life, and that's one Bo Jackson.
Bo knows Hagee.
He does. One of the greatest running backs I ever saw play, and also a damn good baseball player.
So the only player ever to make all-star teams in 2 major sports.
Correct.
Unless you count like soccer, but nobody counts that.
If he hadn't been running so hard that guy tackled him and he basically dislocated his own hip and pulled it out of socket.
Man, that play's hard to watch. Knowing like what happened.
Yes.
Like, because you can almost just see when it happened and when it's in slow mo. Oh, so
You're
gross.
running with that much power
God.
that you run out of your own hip. That just
I hate when that happens.
died in 1910. That Mark Twain.
Samuel Clemens, Colby.
Samuel Clemens Colby. I don't know this.
Samuel Clemens was his real name.
Oh, well.
Right?
I don't have that. I mean, sure, why not? I'm not staring at Google right now.
I mean, we learned that in school.
Who learned that in school?
My generation, Colby, back when they taught things in school.
I learned stuff, mostly where the answer keys were.
Cliff Notes.
That's right. 86, it's Woody Allen.
Oh, see.
I mean, get popular and then marry your stepdaughter and stuff.
See, I want to say he's good because I like his movies, but he did some things.
I mean, yeah, but then
she turned 18 and it was okay after that.
yeah, nobody cared. No, I mean, people cared, but nobody did anything about it. They're just like, look at him.
Sounds like something I'd say.
Shame on that, and then just let everything keep going.
Was it really that bad? I mean, she's Asian. Right?
What does that mean?
Does that not mean it's okay?
China.
Turning 44 years old today, Steve Aoki.
That would be, where would I know his fine work from?
He's like one of the most popular like DJ guys to ever be, and just wants to party and
So he goes to parties, plugs in his laptop, and plays his playlist.
pretty much.
Yeah.
And he's made,
Not a talent.
Made more money than God.
I know, but that's still not a talent.
You know what? And again, I don't care. If you find a
Him and
niche-
Pete Davidson can party together.
You know what? And I'd love to be at that party just to see if anything falls out of their pockets while I'm next to them.
Music would suck.
You know what? Probably not. Because this guy's made enough money off of that music. It's got to have done something. So, shit. Again, if you have no appreciable talent and you somehow make it to where you're super famous and have all the money, I actually have more respect for you than if you have actual talent and you're really good at something. Because the one without appreciable talent tells me that anybody can do it. And it should give us all hope. It just should.
Or piss us all off, one or the other.
No, just give us all hope because anybody can do it. Anybody can end up on a sex tape and then have a reality show.
Oh, I've been there.
Where's your show?
It's in my VCR.
56 today, Ben Stiller.
Oh, damn it, dude. I already picked mine.
Well, you should have not yet.
I just watched one of his best movies yesterday.
Which is?
And I'd forgotten how great it was because I'd only seen it a couple times when it first came out. Starsky and Hutch. Dude, it was really good. I'd forgotten how freaking funny it was.
His greatest movie ever was Tropic Thunder. Hands down. No doubt.
That's up there. I agree 100%. I mean, something about Mary?
No, didn't think it was funny.
Oh, I thought it was incredibly awkward. Like, he plays that awkward character better than anybody I know.
Well, yeah, but it was sold to me as the funniest movie that I was ever going to see in my entire life, and I walked in and just kind of like cringed through the whole thing like it was the
I know, right?
like it was the Bicycle Shop episode of Different Strokes.
Oh, Different Strokes?
Yeah.
Nobody knows what that means.
You know what? If you do, then you thought that was fun. Right
yeah, I
there.
got it. Poor Arnold.
Died in 1965. One Winston Churchill.
He died in 1965? He lived that long?
Yep.
Okay, he's not a good.
Kelly Cuoco is 36.
Kaylee.
Cuoco.
Penny Hofstetter. Cuoco.
Also 36 today. One Chrissy Teigen.
Oh, gross. Okay, okay, got it now.
And passed away in 2022. Batman. Kevin Conroy. It's his birthday today.
Okay, I never knew who he was until you told me, so.
The
voice.
The voice of Batman for the
I
Batman.
thought that was Mark Hamill.
No, that's Joker. Mark Hamill.
But on the same show, right? They were on the same show. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
And actually, then there was a bunch of animated movies after that Kevin Conroy played Batman, and it was such an iconic. Nobody else really should do that voice. They should somehow CGI Kevin Conroy's voice or whatever and keep it going. But it was he's the reason why all your Batman movie characters now sound like they do.
I'm Batman.
Because he had enough of that, but it was just done better than any of them could do it. So Kevin Conroy.
You know, you got me into that, and I watched about 4 episodes.
Of the animated show?
Yeah, the animated series, and then I stopped. I think something else came, like Falcon and Winter Soldier came out or something, and I had to dedicate time to that, and then I forgot about Batman.
Go back to it because it's all really good.
I will. Okay, I'll catch up on that again.
All really good. So, Tim, you've got yours written down. You're good, you're bad, and you're ugly.
Colby, my good? Alicia Cuthbert.
All right.
I'm going to need a second to gather myself after I just said her name. Give me a second.
All right.
My bad, Colby. Whoever the Steve Aoki guy is, he's my bad.
Oh, there's much more bads on there than.
I'm looking at everybody on the list.
Okay. It's like.
Other than maybe Winston Churchill
or Woody Allen.
Well, but I thought we just decided that was okay what he did.
No, we didn't decide that.
Oh, I'm still going with Steve Aoki.
Okay.
And I had an ugly picked out. But then you mentioned one even uglier. Colby, given an option, would you rather make love to Billy Idol or Chrissy Teigen?
Chrissy Teigen.
Okay, well, she's my ugly.
Okay.
Because I think she's ugly. Have you seen her post, like, work done?
No.
Oh, she's ugly, Colby.
Does she now have a penis?
Probably.
I mean, there's
other holes, right?
No, I know, but it's giving me the option of Billy Idol that I know has a penis.
He'll give you more.
Or possibly Chrissy Teigen, who's
at least
pretty
a chick.
sure still has a vagina. I think.
All right.
I think I'm going with.
I'm just throwing that option out there.
You know what? You don't need to throw it very far because it can come right back to you.
I mean, I might have to think about it.
No, I don't.
And I'm not gay or anything.
But I think that kind of qualifies.
Wait, when you turn the lights off, don't they all look the same?
Again, this goes back to the whole thing that you don't think blind people can know if they're gay or not.
How do blind people know if they're gay?
Because what they want to touch. Do they want to touch indoor plumbing or outdoor plumbing? Pretty basic.
Colby, do you think blind people masturbate?
They can feel. Yes.
How can you tell the difference between your own penis or someone else's penis if you're blind?
Because you can feel it in both areas.
I'm just inquiring minds want to know.
Nobody wants to know that. Why am I yelling about blind masturbation jokes in a room
with no people
by
in it?
myself?
Oh, that was great.
My good is Kevin Conroy.
Of course, that was predictable. Sorry, Aaron, you're going to get shut out here, buddy, but we love you.
Yeah, Aaron, you went up against Kevin Conroy. I'm not going to put you as an ugly or a bad, so sorry, bud. My bad, by the way, I'm going to go ahead and give that to Winston Churchill.
There you go.
Right? My ugly.
Good day, mate.
My ugly's Woody Allen.
Yeah, I can see that.
So there you go.
Very nice. That was good, Colby.
Yeah, well, I mean, we killed like 30 minutes, so good for us.
Yeah, we have like 4 minutes left for Twitter love confessions.
Well, let's get it.
Let's do some Twitter love connections with some production value here. Colby, these are the juiciest love confessions we found on Twitter this week.
All right, just this week. So they're current.
Yep.
They're in flow.
These are actually all from the month of November. Okay, are they November? All right, this article might be 2 weeks old, so they're from the middle of November.
All right.
My husband went on a boys' weekend to Prague, Germany. He hid a box of condoms in his luggage, so I broke the seal and replaced them with a note explaining the locks would be changed when he got home, and I'm keeping the dog. Fair? I mean, you're going to another country. Like, that's a whole different zip code. Is that still cheating?
I mean, out of state copulates, what I've always heard.
My wife and I came up with the courage to attend a suburban swingers party.
Just in one SUV?
We arrived at the venue only to see parked in the driveway my recently widowed mother's car. She was still there, saw us drive by. We just kept on driving and still have never been to a sex party.
Oh my God. I'm glad they saw her right away. Cause you imagine you already got involved and then some,
you feel a hand.
Curly-headed person pops her head up in the middle of the love pile and it's your mom.
You feel a finger on your butthole and you turn around, Mom!
That's not good. And then the therapist redoes the whole office.
Yeah, the rapist.
No, therapist.
Well, they're spelled the same.
Yeah, but pronounced totally differently.
My wife thinks I took her surname when we got married because I'm a progressive modern guy. It's really because I'm trying to outrun a previous criminal life she knows nothing about.
Yeah. Totally see that. And I'm actually also cool with the fact, like, if their name was just a lot cooler than your name was, you just want a cool name.
Man, could you ever do that? Could you take a chick's name if you got married?
No, because I like my name. I think it's cool.
I like my name.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not taking your name. That would just be weird.
Yeah. I mean, I've gotten used to being named after tree stuff.
Yeah, and cheese.
Yeah.
My boyfriend has a Tinder account that he speaks to other women with. Well, it'd be weird if he didn't. He thinks I don't know it, but I'm waiting for him to pay me back the $3,000 he owes me before I break up with him. Smart?
Smart. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, you're probably not getting the $3,000 back.
If you haven't gotten it back by now, right?
No. And also, since you're waiting on that, are you still delivering the goods to him while he's got his Tinder profile rolling? So
I mean, if you're not, he's probably leaving anyway, right?
Yeah. If you're just waiting around for your money, but you're also giving up the garage for him to park his car occasionally, then he's fucking winning.
Hashtag winning.
Mm-hmm.
Colby, I always used to hold my husband's penis and sing into it like a microphone to make him laugh.
First of all, I wish you wouldn't say my name and then tell me this story and then have the word husband's penis. No.
Mark. He passed away a month ago, and now I can't share this with anyone.
What?
Didn't know that's where it was going, did you?
No, I didn't.
Colby?
Yeah?
I persuaded my wife not to tell her dad that her mom is cheating on her. Not because I care about the emotional outcome, but because it'll nuke our free child care.
Oh, yeah, no. If they're taking care of the kids and all, no, You've got to somehow solve that without somebody finding out.
Yes, just convince her to stop, right?
Right.
Colby?
Yes.
I'm trying, man. I'm trying. Me and my husband.
Shut up!
Me. Colby.
Yes!
Me and my husband once house sat for my mom and had sex on the sofa. I left a handprint on the white wallpaper, and Mom had to redecorate to cover it up. To this day, she talks about the mysterious handprint and believes it was left by the ghost of my grandma. Oh, my God.
How dirty were your sex hands, lady?
I mean, they're all pretty dirty, right?
Yeah, but I mean, those were super dirty to just, leave a print visible.
Hey, Colby?
Yeah?
My ex once called me by his sister's name as he was falling asleep after we had sex. Freaked me out so much I dumped him 2 days later.
He called you his sister's name.
Yeah. Like, that's who he was thinking of.
Yeah, no, it's time to run because they had a real close relationship, I'm afraid.
Hey, Colby?
Star Wars relationship. You scruffy nerf herder.
My wife wanted to have a second child. I wanted a bigger house first. I dragged things out for 2 years. Child 2 was born 9 months, almost to the day after we moved into our bigger house. It's the most successful plan I've ever executed, and she has no idea I planned it. I mean, everybody wins, right?
I mean, pretty much. Except for you tweeted it out, dick.
Maybe they're not on Twitter together.
Maybe not.
Let's do one more here. Why not? Somebody lost a bunch of money on crypto. Oh, here's one. This was very me. 3 years ago, I pre-programmed 15 different love messages that an automated script sends to my wife every week, telling her I love her or that she's the light of my world, etc. I always forget that they're sent, but she answers back every time, grateful that I'm thinking of her.
That's pretty smart. That's really
Actually, I don't know if I'm that smart, actually.
Especially if you put it on shuffle so it doesn't happen at the exact same times every time. You were able to shuffle the messages. Off a minute here, off 5 minutes there, different message. Now, you don't want the same message to be sent every Thursday for 3 months, and it's just like that. Just thinking about you, and it's at the exact same time. At some point, she's going to go back through and be like, "Oh, Fuck you.
Okay, well, got to do one more.
Right.
Because, I have some weird quirks about chicks and dating and things like that.
And feet.
Colby, I'm having an affair with a woman from work. What's it's weird. We don't have any. And one of the reasons I was so attracted to her was her flawless use of spelling, punctuation, and grammar in work emails. There's nothing sexier than a woman who uses an Oxford comma.
No, there's a lot more things sexier than somebody that does all that stupid shit. I like, all right, but once you get so far deep that I don't even care that you've punctuated something right, then...
See, I still pay attention.
When you use Oxford,
especially when we text during sex.
You can... Who are you texting during
sex? Other girls. So...
You're saying you're currently having sex and you're texting somebody else?
I'm a busy man, Colby.
I don't know. Hey, see, I'm going to call a liar on that because I don't think you have time to, A, look for your phone, B, think of a message, and C, think to send it to.
I don't have the agility, actually.
All within the same time it takes for you to go, I'm in.
Colby,
done.
If I wanted to disappoint two people at the same time, I'd still be living with my parents. 6 feet under.
It got really dark really quick.
How did we get here?
All right, so coming up next, you guys, we got the Drunk Sports Top 10. I've also got a little bit of comic book movie update. We're going to pick our against the spread picks for our NFL picks, and we've got news and notes. And Tim and I both have to pee, so we're going to both fight over the urinal, and that's during the break, and we'll see y'all.
Maybe we'll use it at the same time.
Substantial penalty for early withdrawal.
The Drunk Sports Podcast.
Kroger knows this year the holidays are doubly important, so make your celebrations doubly special with fresh, never frozen, prime grade beef and Simple Truth organic Brussels sprouts. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Double special in this void where prohibited. Certain restrictions. Wait, stop illegal. We've got even more special holiday food. It's like delicious king crab legs with private selection gourmet potatoes or cave-aged Murray's cheese and fresh baked La Brea bread. Kroger, fresh for everyone. All right, legal. You're up. Double special in this void where prohibited. Certain restrictions may apply. Shop at participating stores for more details.
You know a spot, but not just a spot, the spot. Actually, with the all-new Nissan Frontier, you know a bunch of them. But the key to these great spots? Being able to reach them in the first place. Your spot is out there. Find your Frontier in the all-new 2022 Nissan Frontier. With standard 310 horsepower, advanced tech, and 281 pound-foot of torque.
Get Macy's lowest prices of the season with 20 to 65% off furniture and mattresses during our after Christmas sale. Relax on the new Rachel Ray Chelsea Queen bed, now $579. And get comfy with the whole fam on the Radley 5-piece sectional, $1,999. Plus get a free adjustable base or box spring with a qualifying mattress purchase of $599 or more. Now at Macy's. Savings off sale and clearance prices. Exclusions apply.
So it's the holiday season and we're headed into the new year and we need to have some fun. I got you covered. Best Fiends is the perfect pick-me-up when you need a break from the holiday action or you want to just have some fun. With Best Fiends, you get unique gameplay. Best Fiends has it all. It's an amazing storyline, collectible fiends, and tons of puzzles. It's quite possibly the best puzzle game out there. No Wi-Fi, no problem. You play Best Fiends wherever and whenever you want with the offline mode. So if ever your holiday travels take you off the beaten path, you can still play Best Fiends. It's always challenging. The game is literally thousands of levels with more added all the time. So there's always a fresh challenge waiting for you when you need a mental pick-me-up. And I am all for games that you can play online and offline, because you can take them anywhere. You can download Best Fiends free today at the App Store or Google Play. That's Best Fiends. It's basically friends without the R. Best Fiends.
Attention business owners. Frontier Fiber for Business has 30 times faster upload speeds than cable.
Wow, that could make my day-to-day 30 times smoother.
Yep.
Give me 30 times fewer headaches due to slow, spotty internet.
Definitely.
And leave me 30 times freer to crush the competition.
Crush away, friend. Do what cable can't with 30 times faster upload speeds. Get our 300 meg fiber internet for just $49.99 per month. Now with over $800 in free benefits like a digital phone line and device security.
Visit fiberopticbusiness.com for complete offer details. Limited time offer. Services subject to availability and all applicable terms and conditions. Shop Mattress Firm's year-end sale and put an end to junk sleep. Save up to $500 when you get a king bed for the price of a queen or queen for a twin. Plus, get a free adjustable base with qualifying Sealy purchase up to a $499 value. Or shop top-selling brands and get up to 50% off select mattresses, like Sealy Twin mattresses starting at $224.99 or Serta Twin mattresses at $349.99. And shop with confidence thanks to our low price guarantee. Only at Mattress Firm. Restrictions apply. See store for details.
The Big Finish sales event is on at Denton Dodge. Save over $5,000 off MSRP on a new 2021 Dodge Durango. And every vehicle is backed by our true transparency pricing. Relax and enjoy the difference. Visit us at 4984 South, I-35 East, and online at DentonDodge.com. Stock number MC 815-215. MSRP $56,482. Includes $1,000 bonus cash, $1,450 national retail consumer cash, $750 Chrysler cash, and $22.92 dealer discount. Tax, title, and license fees excluded. Unapproved credit expires 1/3/2022.
Nerds! Dreaming of a change of pace? Let NerdWallet help you compare your way from here to there. Compare investing accounts to expand your portfolio and your horizons. Then, use NerdWallet to compare mortgage rates for a home with peace and quiet built in. Compare your way there. Find the smartest financial products for you on NerdWallet. NerdWallet Compare Inc. NMLS 1617539. NerdWallet is not an investment advisor nor an investment broker. Information is for educational purposes only.
With bills to pay and debt piling up, it's easy to feel overwhelmed. Personal loans through NetCredit can provide funding up to $10,000 to help you get back on track financially if eligible. Our secure application process allows you to customize the terms that work for you and your budget. So check your eligibility today without affecting your credit score and help get your finances back on track. NetCredit, a more personal loan. All NetCredit loans and lines of credit are offered by a member of the NetCredit family of companies or one of our lending partners. Visit netcredit.com/partners for more information.
Care has the power to bring kindness where it's needed. It brings out the best in every one of us. It doesn't just see people. It takes time to understand them. It puts the needs of others ahead of its own. And when you start with care, you end up with a very different kind of bank. Truist. Truist Bank, member FDIC.
Cover Story, a new investigative podcast by New York Magazine that's got a lot of people on edge.
What is the number one rule? We would all go, don't your clients.
It's a gnarly personal look at the underground psychedelic therapy world and its boundary problems.
All my clients try to have sex with me during these sessions, and I was like, I don't think I'm going to try to have sex with you. And he's like, yeah, you will.
Cover Story, Season 1. Power Trip. Check it out on Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen.
If you're watching football with your friends, you need two things, a TV and some Tostitos. End of list. No get-together is official until some Tostitos, the official chip and dip of the NFL, get served. Maybe you're hosting the game. Maybe you need something to snack on while listening to us. Doesn't matter the occasion. If I was a betting man, which I am, I would say the odds are that you have a bag of Tostitos and some salsa in your kitchen right this second. Plus, they've got a flavor for everyone. Hint of lime for folks who love a bit of zest. Habanero if you're kicking things up a notch. Hint of guacamole to make your guacamole taste even guacier. Fans can get in the game with a custom recipe for their favorite team at Tostitos.com/recipes. Tostitos, the official chip and dip of the NFL.
Welcome back to the Dredd Sports Podcast, live from the DSP Media Podcast Studios in North Dallas. I'm IndyCar Tim alongside Colby Sapp. We're having some fun tonight, Colby.
I heard. What happened?
Some people saw.
Right. Well, I was outside, so I didn't have to. Yeah, good luck to you guys that were looking through the commercial break hidden veil. From what I hear, y'all had a lot more of a show than I did.
So what was worse, that or when I did the blowjob shot on the air live at Tailgaters? Shirtless.
I was, you know what? I'm going to go with the blowjob shot just because I had to be there too. And
I needed instruction with that.
Right.
I mean,
watching you try and choke down
the head was too big.
Small shot of liquid.
The head was too big.
And as you bitched about it the whole time, I can't swallow things.
Seems like I said a real penis would have been less disgusting.
Right.
Which, I mean, I wouldn't know that. I'm just saying.
Uh-huh.
I've only ever seen mine. And even barely that.
He has combo mirrors in order to make sure how to check yourself.
It's a clown mirror. It makes it look bigger.
That's right. Mm.
So you've got some news.
I do.
And I feel like we should start it with this.
Well, all right. Welcome into Colby Sapp's Mystery Shotgun. I am your host, Colby Sapp, and we have some news to share with you. Now, I'll start this off by saying this has been a rumor that's been ushered around quite a bit, ballied about on the internets from quite some time because of the cult status that the first movie garnered. And you'll know which movie I'm talking about here in just a second. I will also say that this rumor has been started or is ushered out again by Giant Freaking Robot. Giant Freaking Robot, its batting average on scoops is actually pretty good. It's very rarely do they throw something out there that doesn't have factual basis to it. In fact, I have been one to, once it hits Giant Freaking Robot, I'm like, all right, looks like this is pretty really good information because it's, again, I haven't found it, but some people have said that, they've said things in the past that didn't quite make it. This is one of them that, well, all my innards and outards would love for it to happen, and that is that they are saying that Dredd 2.
Electric Boogaloo.
No, just Dredd 2. This is one that I won't put the Drunk Sports Podcast moniker on it that says every sequel has to be Electric Boogaloo.
That'd be funny if it was.
I mean, it would, but it sure wouldn't match. Dredd 2, with Karl Urban reprising his role as Judge Dredd from of course, the movie Dredd. That was the first one in this now going to be at least a sequel to it. It's in development now. Let me explain real quick what development is for those that don't know. Development is
it's before the teenage girls are fully developed, right?
I mean, you can equate it to that. Development is they've had a meeting. And more than likely, Karl Urban was there, dressed fully as Judge Dredd because he's done this before. They had a meeting and they all agreed, yes, we're going to move forward with the development of Dredd 2. So more than likely, there is a tentative screenplay in hand. There are no other actors that are ready to be involved. There is probably not a director ready to be assigned. And they're months and months away from even thinking about beginning to start filming. But development means that they are going to push this farther down the line than it has been ever as far as Dredd 2 is concerned. Those that may have not seen, because a lot of people didn't see Dredd in the theaters, only till it came out on Blu-ray and what have you, that people have latched onto it, and it's now got its cult following that it does. For those that haven't, you need to go see it, especially if you are anywhere near a Judge Dredd fan. No, this is nothing to do with the Stallone movie, by the way, which was awful. It was completely awful. The fact that Stallone as Judge Dredd took his helmet off in the first 5 minutes of that movie should made every Judge Dredd fan pissed off because Dredd never takes off his helmet. So, and that's, of course, how Karl Urban had so much respect for the Judge Dredd character in the movie and the way that the CGI was done and everything that was done with that movie. I still, in my top 10, after all these comic book movies have been the ultimates and greatest, Dredd is still in my top 10 comic book movie of all time, and I am super excited that Dredd 2 is in development.
So can I get a quick synopsis of Judge Dredd as a character? Because I'd never heard of Judge Dredd until Stallone.
Okay.
Never saw the movie,
like
on TV in the theaters. I mean, I think I was a little bit interested just because it looked kind of cool, theatrically.
Right.
Just whatever reason, never went, never heard it, didn't know it was a comic book thing.
until you and I started hanging out talking about comic books and that. And I think you commented when Karl Urban did the first one, how much better it was.
Right.
For one very specific reason that pays tribute to the comic books about him not taking off his helmet, which you said Stallone did like in the first 4 minutes of the movie.
Right. Also, his way he plays Judge Dredd is comic book accurate to the point of how he stands.
Oh, okay.
It's accurate to every way that you've ever seen Judge Dredd stand in the comic books. Karl Urban is standing like that. Like, he is a super fan of Judge Dredd.
So who is Judge Dredd? Like, give me a quick synopsis of the character and what it is.
Okay, so it's set way in the future, or well, it's set in after an apocalypse.
Okay.
Okay, so most of the earth is wasteland, and everybody's converged on these big cities, and this one big city in particular. So they've walled off everything that's badlands, wastelands that's outside of it, and they have this city that's just cram-packed, jam-packed, full of people everywhere. And with a lack of law, it's kind of run rampant. And so they've put in this system of instant justice, which is the judges. So, like, if you commit a crime, the acting police officer is also your judge and your jury and everything.
Sounds biblical.
So they're just called judges, and they if you're committing a crime, you're murdering somebody, they'll shoot you, they will end your life, they will whatever, or whatever your crime is, they'll tell you how much time you have right then and there, and you're guilty because they say you're guilty, right?
Maybe that's how it should be.
I mean, you kind of like what the judicial system should be, but you're not always sure what it is with us. But let's not get political, shall we? Damn.
Politics.
So that's basically the setup. It's in the future. It's this guy is the ultimate. Well, he's the ultimate badass in basically a city full of crime that he just has to try and keep a hold of before it goes all into chaos. It's kind of his situation. So and
he ends up somehow in prison, right? Or
there's a few stories that are like that.
Oh, okay.
But he ends up, and that's actually like the actual concept of the Stallone movie, which was But for the most part, he just ends up in situations like the Dredd, the first movie, was there's a tower of people, and this tower is basically owned by drug dealers and like a big drug dealer kingpin. Well, a murder's committed at this tower, and Judge Dredd goes in to, see about it, and then they just close the whole tower down, and everybody tries to kill Dredd.
Oh, wow.
As he's going through trying to, basically
enforce justice,
be the law. So that's pretty much where that movie all centers around, and it's fucking Dredd. It's fucking awesome.
Gotcha.
So I can't wait.
So I need to go watch it, right?
Yes.
The Urban one, not the Stallone one, or should I watch Stallone first so I have a point of reference?
You don't need a point of reference. If you want a point of reference for the movie, I'll get you some comic books.
Okay.
You can just go through those.
All right.
Point of reference.
Pick your best ones that would give me my background that I need before I watch Dr. McCoy play Judge Dredd.
I mean, he just is Judge Dredd. You may actually look at this as well as he plays the character as, Judge Dredd played McCoy? That's great.
That's the first time I ever saw him, though, was in Star Trek. So, I mean, the actor. I had no idea who he was before that. And I can't watch that other show he's on.
What's that?
The Boys.
It's great.
Dude, I just can't.
Why?
The gore and the graphic nature of everything happening, I just can't.
Does it hurt you a little, Tommy?
It does. It makes me queasy, Colby. You know me. I'm a sensitive man.
You're a pussy.
Well, you're not allowed to say that, sir.
I mean, what stopped me?
I'm telling Dredd.
I think you of being a pussy.
Dude, because I think I watched the very first episode of The Boys, not to go off on The Boys tangent here.
Mm-hmm.
And like in the first minute of the show, when the Flash character goes past the two people making out and the chick's just obliterated into a million pieces.
Right. And he's just like there holding her hand.
Holding her hand is all that's left of her. I'm like, oh, well, this is different from other like superhero shows.
No, it's like, what if the superheroes were like real assholes or just real people and not like trying to be justicey all the time?
I was cracking up. I was like, no, I'm kind of out. I don't think that's why I was out. I think, again, I only have so much time to dedicate to TV shows.
The Boys is awesome.
And I think I was trying to watch Titans at the same time that was out, and I'm still not caught up on. I've only seen like the first 3 seasons, I think, of Titans, and I still want to get caught up on that. Then we got, Star Wars shows and Disney Plus shows and HBO Max shows that are coming out all the time. I'm trying to keep up with so we can talk about it on the show.
Right.
I still have a lot, and then sports.
By the way, James Gunn did come out and say that everything's going to be integrated as far as the new DC universe that's coming about. The TV shows and all of that. And there has been an announcement that there will, again, be, now this was something that Warner Brothers announced, and then you had all the fallout that happened with AT&T leaving and Discovery coming in. But the whatever HBO Max will be by this summer, there will be a Green Lantern show that will be ready to go. It will probably be after Peacemaker Season 2. And then after the Penguin from the Batman, so your Colin Farrell, Penguin, Arkham Asylum, Gotham show, and then after that you will get your Green Lantern series up and running. So that is also there for your comic book news.
All right.
And
very good.
Speaking of comic books, we can then throw it from your mystery shotgun directly into your Drunk Sports Top 10.
Colby, our Drunk Sports Top 10 tonight. Let's get a little musical value here. Shall we? With some of this. So, again, we all know what Ranker is.
Yes, it's crap.
It's Rankers for Wankers.
Yeah.
As, it's just people on the internet voting, whether they're right or wrong.
Right.
And I thought you would have some notable opinion on this, as we are ranking, how is it worded? We are ranking the best Marvel movie actors ever. Now, these are not characters. These are the actors who portrayed the characters.
Okay.
All right? And I'm sure you've got some hot sports opinions on these. Or, I'm sorry, hot comic book opinions on these. And I think it goes all the way to, I don't know. Probably goes as far as you want it to go.
Right.
We'll just do the top 25 here. And we've got at number 25, who appeared in Thor, The Dark World, Avengers, Age of Ultron, Idris Elba.
Oh, yes.
Now, I'm a big fan of him and anything he does, and I really wanted him to be the new James Bond.
Right.
I thought he was awesome in the, what was The Rock and the Jason Statham movie that was a spinoff of the...
Oh, the Fast and the Furious.
Yeah, Calvin and Hobbes or whatever it was.
Right.
Never can remember the actual name of that movie. Peaches and Hobbs or something. I don't remember what it was.
Hobbs and Shaw.
Yes, that was it.
Uh-huh.
So I like him in everything he does. I don't remember number 24, Josh Brolin. Who is he?
Josh Brolin. He's Thanos, and he's also Cable.
Okay. I was unaware of all of that.
You didn't know he was Thanos?
Probably not. I don't know. I mean, maybe I did. But you can't see him, so...
I mean, it's his face just with the Thanos chin.
Really? No, then I did not know that at all. I had no idea. I like Josh Brolin.
And he's also Cable in Deadpool 2.
Okay. Number 23, Jeremy Renner, of course, Hawkeye.
Really good job.
Number 22, a guy that's probably going away, according to all sources, Dave Bautista.
They have him ranked higher than these guys. I mean, Dave is one of his standout roles, of course, is the Drax. But yeah, he'll be moving over to, I think his next thing that he wants to do is Gears of War. So he's going to be moving over to whoever's going to be taking on the Gears of War. And I think that might actually have been bought by Netflix. So,
oh, wow.
Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Yeah, that'll probably be Drax's last movie. Until Infinity War.
Number 21, we know him as the Winter Soldier, Colby. Sebastian Stan. Huh.
I mean, good job. He's really good as Bucky, but he's higher than... Okay, all right.
How about at number 20, Tom Hardy?
as Venom.
Is that Marvel? I guess it is.
That
isn't
is
it?
Marvel. Yeah, it's the Spider-Man universe. It's the Sony side. But yeah, by the way, he's also been in the MCU at the end of, what was that, No Way Home?
Yeah.
So.
Number 19, and three of these next four should be 1, 2, and 3.
Okay.
In my listings. Zoe Saldana at number 19.
Okay, right. Gamora.
Elizabeth Olsen at number 18.
There'd be your Wanda.
17, Mark Ruffalo. Nobody cares.
Actually,
although that seems pretty low for him.
He does a really good job.
No, he does. He's just not a chick.
The reason why you haven't had a Hulk movie yet is because the Hulk movie rights are still owned by Universal Pictures.
Oh, is that the reason?
Yep.
Why we had an Ed Norton and a Eric Bana Hulk movies?
They were also produced by Universal Pictures.
Right.
So.
And number 16, Colby, who appeared on The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly on Monday. Karen Gillan.
She's really too high.
She should be number 1.
She's really too high on this.
She's number 1, well, 2 in my heart.
I mean, well, if you're just talking about who they've played and how well they played it, yeah, she played Nebula well, but come on, guys.
I mean, she was better in Jumanji.
It's Nebula.
Number 15, Ian McKellen.
Is Magneto.
And right along with Ian McKellen, number 14, Patrick Stewart.
Okay, they should be side by side.
But they're kind of high, right?
No, I mean, Patrick Stewart in anything that he plays. And plus, I mean, I didn't think I was going to like Ian McKellen as Magneto because of his age.
Yeah.
Because I need Magneto to be just a little bit younger or at least more powerful looking, but he played the character well.
How about number 13? This feels kind of low for him. Chris Pratt.
Wow. But he's above some really, really, really good actors, so I just want to know who's higher than all these guys.
Well, just above Chris Pratt at number 12 is Paul Rudd.
Okay, that Paul Rudd's too high because we don't know how old he is and we will never know.
Because he still looks like he did when he was 17.
Yep.
Number 11, Samuel L. Jackson.
That's the only guy. When your envisionment of, well, as he's played, changes in the comic books because you do it so well, that's amazing. Samuel L. Jackson. I
can't imagine anybody else playing him, right?
No, never should be ever again.
Number 10,
even though Knight Rider once played him.
Scarlett Johansson-Ham.
Man, you go back and you look at some of those, when she first appeared in Iron Man.
So I rewatched Iron Man 2 yesterday.
Oh, and she shows up and, yeah.
Colby.
Man, that butt.
That butt. What that butt do?
Mm-hmm.
How about number 9, Benedict Cumberbatch?
Can't see anybody else playing Doctor Strange. I really can't. But the only other person that I thought could play Doctor Strange really well ended up playing Fate in Black Adam.
Which was who?
Pierce Brosnan.
Yeah. I haven't seen Bladham yet.
It's good.
Number 8, stay hard, Chadwick Boseman.
He should be ranked higher.
An 8?
And if you want to know why,
because he's dead.
No, just go back and look at he was giving a speech.
I've still never seen Black Panther.
Oh, it's actually really good. Right. It's actually really good. It was ranked higher at the time because of the movement that was around it.
Yeah.
But if you just take it as what it is, and me being a comic book fan, and a lot of the scenes were ripped straight out of Black Panther comic books, like to the point to where like I knew exactly which panel they got it from. And stuff like that made it happen. But just Chadwick Boseman himself, just watch. He was talking about, I think it was Denzel Washington in his acceptance speech, and he gives a speech about Denzel at this award ceremony, and it's one that when you watch it, you realize just how great of a human being that he was.
He was great in 42. The first time I ever saw him act in anything was, I think that's the first time anybody saw him act in anything. So when he played Jackie Robinson in 42.
Right.
With Harrison Ford playing Branch Rickey. I thought that was a great movie.
Number 7, Colby. Chris Evans.
Really?
At 7.
You know what? He should be in there, but
Too high or too low?
I can't. Again, he played the character so well that, you know, if you rank what he's going to do, there's nobody else that can play Captain America now because of him. So I guess he's just right.
Number 6, I'm getting choked up here looking at the list.
Mm-mm.
Tom Hiddleston.
Yes.
That might be my favorite Marvel character because of the TV show.
Because of Loki?
Because of Loki. And that series with Owen Wilson, dude, I can't wait for that next season to come out.
You know what else is going to be awesome? Deadpool 3.
Is he in it?
Your favorite guy from that Loki series, Owen Wilson's character,
He's in it?
He's in it.
I didn't think he died.
No, he didn't.
So, look.
He'll be in season 3 of Loki 2.
He was in like the end credits of some stuff, wasn't he?
Yeah.
So, Colby, we're down to the top 5. Is there anybody that I haven't mentioned that you think should be in the top 5? I mean, there's a bunch, obviously.
There's a bunch. The fact that you haven't named Chris Hemsworth and we're now in the top 5 kind of scares me that he's going to be in the top 5. I don't think he should be.
Chris Hemsworth, number 3.
Wow. I mean, do I enjoy him as Thor? Yes. But you're talking about because nobody knew who the hell he was before he was Thor.
I did.
Yeah, because of what?
Because of the F1 movie?
Okay.
Rush?
I was about to say, what else was it in? It was the Cabin in the Woods.
Actually, I think that came out after the first Thor did. He might have already done Thor.
Because Cabin in the Woods, he left it right after it to go play Thor.
Did he?
Found out during the shooting of it that he got Thor. So,
who else?
Well, I mean, RDJ's one in there. He's probably number 1, right?
Number 2.
Really?
Robert Downey Jr.
As number 2. You haven't mentioned Tom Holland.
Number 4. That's got to be like 100 spots too high for him.
Well, I mean,
like he shouldn't even be in the top 100. I don't even know if there is 100.
You know what? No, it shouldn't be. Just because of how you think about British accents and the fact that you didn't know he was British until I probably just told you.
No, I knew it because he's dating that chick who's 3 feet taller than him, and they look weird. I heard him talk once. He's the worst Spider-Man after Tobey Maguire.
Okay, that would make him the second.
Second worst?
No, I mean the second best.
Andrew Garfield's clearly the best Spider-Man ever, right?
That's what I've always said.
Yeah. Oh, we agree about something.
So
one of us is slipping.
No.
All right, you're missing number 5 and number 1.
Number 1. Okay, well, Ryan Reynolds.
Number 1.
I mean, that's the greatest pick ever, is like him to play Deadpool. Like, you know what the worst pick would be? Is him to play Green Lantern.
Oh, wait.
It happened.
So, number 5?
Number 5.
Think Dancing Australian.
Think Dancing Australian.
Good day, mate. Really?
That's not helping me at all.
Hugh Jackman.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. You know what? Even though we were going back and forth with Sony, for some reason, I was thinking current, but yeah, no. Wait. He should have been number 2 at least.
It's Ranker. That's why we could never predict the placement of people. I can't believe Robert Downey Jr. is not number 1. I think that is by far the best casting job of any of these characters to any actor, and I know there's a lot of good ones, I agree.
Right.
But, dude, Robert Downey Jr. is Tony Stark. There is no one else could ever do that, although I hope Tom Cruise does still at some point.
Right now, Tony Stark is coming back to Infinity War, so he'll get at least one more shot at being Iron Man. Update, news alert, if you didn't look at TikTok or any of the times that I announced that. Also, Chris Evans is coming back. But if you were to say the most accurate jobs done at casting characters and also the greatest job filling that, then Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool, that's amazing. Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, and then Tony Stark as Iron Man. And I'd have to really look through some of the lists of who they've had play that I thought was awful.
Yeah.
In order to put those out there. I can't think of that. I mean, what the MCU did to Quicksilver was pretty bad.
Yeah, killing him off.
Yeah, and also just, I mean, who was that guy? Nobody knew or cared. So, can you imagine being that guy? He's like, I get to be Quicksilver and you get to be Wanda? This is going to be great.
We're going to do it.
Yeah, this is awesome. I die? What happened?
Oh, we're not going to do it.
Oh, you get your own series? That's cool.
And didn't they have a different actor in it? Like, didn't she have flashbacks of Quicksilver and it was somebody else?
Yes, it was the guy. It was the one from the Sonyverse.
Right.
Yeah.
Poor guy, whoever that was.
Casted correctly, so.
Poor guy.
There you go.
Well, there you go, Colby. There's your top actors who portrayed Marvel characters.
You know, not bad.
I mean, it's
ranker, so it's not good either.
It is what it is when you go to wanker.orgasm or whatever it's called.
Right.
All right, Colby. It's time for some picks.
And now it's time to pick 'em with us, the Drunk Sports Podcast, in our NFL picks against the spread.
And we didn't have a Week 12 picks because there was stuff going on.
Yeah, actually, let's go ahead and pull a little bit of that curtain back. The stuff going on was that Tim forgot to record everybody's picks or get them from us.
So we had some stuff going on.
So,
dude, I didn't even look at them.
Right.
Like Lance, I always pick the games, and then I send them out to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Like on Tuesday, Lance is like, "Hey, here's our picks." Like he sent me games, and I'm like, "You don't pick games. I pick games. What are you doing? You're barely on the show still."
Where's Lance?
He's not here.
Doesn't he usually show up for the picks?
Yeah, but he's busy.
Oh, okay.
Uh-huh.
He's got his
busy
golf course. And
yeah, he's board of directors, owns a golf course or something now.
Right. The city course.
So anyway,
probably a putt course.
So I'm thinking, look, I'll do them on Wednesday like I normally do them on Wednesday. You know, so not a big deal. Problem is, I also cover NFL teams, Colby, as most people know. 3 of the 7 teams that I cover are the Bills, the Cowboys, and the Patriots. All 3 of those teams played on Thanksgiving on Thursday.
They did.
I was busy Wednesday doing previews, doing how to watch articles, doing prediction articles. I think I wrote 27 articles on Wednesday about Thursday games. Do you think I was thinking of picks? My whole week was jacked up.
I mean, no, but probably should have.
Probably should have been. I know. My bad.
Excuses or buttholes.
That's a good song, by the way.
Yeah.
Tom McDonald. Y'all go look that up.
Yeah. Buttholes.
Butthole. It's literally called Buttholes.
Yeah. Don't go into your Google search bar and just type in the word butthole. So you need to also type in the word Tom McDonald and not Tom McDonald's butthole. You need to put an S with it because, I mean, his butthole might be on the internet. Just saying.
Type Tom Holland butthole.
No. Don't do
No?
that. Don't do that either.
You might find an article that I wrote.
Probably.
Just gonna. I'm trying to find music. I thought I had music for this, but I think I used our music on the last. Anyway, whatever. We'll use this music. So Colby, our 5 games this week. Obviously, we picked the 3 primetime games: Cowboys game and a random NFC East game. This week, the Cowboys and a primetime game intersect as the Cowboys play the Colts on Sunday Night Football.
Wow. It's a waste of a Sunday Night Football game.
You think?
Yeah.
Better than Thursday Night Football.
Yeah.
That's been terrible this year. So we get to pick 2 random NFC East games, and it just so happens 2 NFC East teams are playing each other.
Wow.
So that'll be fun, and I have Big Red's picks here.
Okay.
Let's go game 1, Colby. The Bills at the Patriots. The 8-3 Bills at the 6-5 Patriots on Thursday Night Football on Prime Video.
Actually, a good Thursday night game.
Yeah, it's probably one of the better ones I've had this year. The Bills, I couldn't believe this line, and these lines come from Monday, so they may, Monday. Yesterday. They may have moved a little bit, but this is what we have. Bills favored by 3.5.
Wow.
With a 43.5 point total. Big Red is in the league, by the way. I didn't give our scores. Big Red's in the league with 53. Colby and I both have 52. So we're right there. We don't have a guest picker this week, so I'll have to figure that out. So Big Red always goes first because he's always in the lead, except for when Tinker was.
Right.
Big Red has the Patriots in the over.
Wow.
Yeah, that kind of surprised me too. So I'm taking the... You want me to go after him, or do you want to go after him?
It didn't matter.
Since we're tied. Okay, I'll go. I'm taking the Bills to at least cover that, but I'm also taking the over. Again, at 43.5, that doesn't seem like a lot to me for these two teams.
It doesn't seem like a lot for me either, but I am taking the under, and I'm taking the Bills.
Bills and the Underoos. Next game, we'll skip Sunday night. We'll do that last because that's Cowboys. Monday Night Football on ESPN. The 4-8 Saints.
Gross.
At the division-leading 5-6 Buccaneers.
Wow.
And the Buccaneers are favored by 3.5 points with a 40.5 point total. Big Red has the Bucs in the over.
Okay.
I think I'm also taking the Bucs in the over, and I never pick the same as him. Yeah, I'm doing the Bucs in the over on this. My favorite team is the Saints, and I hate the Saints right now. I hate the product they're putting on the field. It's disgusting.
Yeah, I want the Saints to win, but I'm going to have to go with the Buccaneers win this game. And what'd you say? The
40.5.
So both teams have to get to 20?
Well, one has to get to 21, technically.
I don't think that's happening either. Give me the under.
Bucks and under?
Yeah.
The 7-5 Washington Commandos at the 7-4 New York Giants. And I had to double check this line 3 times, Colby, because Washington is favored on the road against the Giants by 1.5 points.
Wow, I got them as a pick 'em.
With a 40.5 point total. Big Red has the Commanders in the over. I have the Giants in the under.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go with the Commanders in the over.
All right. Wow. You and Big Red ganging up on me. The 7-4 Titans at the 10-1 Eagles. Eagles favored by 5.5 at the link.
Wow.
With a total of 44.5. Big Red has the Titans in the under.
Okay.
I have the Eagles in the over. What says ye?
I want the Titans for the win and the under.
Man, I was almost there too. I almost did that. If Big Red would have picked the Eagles, I'd have gone Titans for the win. All right, and then finally, Colby, the game of the week for everyone that cares about football.
Right.
A rematch of the Ice Bowl. Oh, wait, that was the Packers. Damn it. A rematch of Super Bowl V. We'll go that route. You remember Super Bowl V, Colby?
No.
The Colts and the Cowboys? You don't remember that?
Don't.
Jim O'Brien kicked a, 30-yard field goal as time expired for the Colts to beat the Cowboys in the Super Bowl 16-13.
Gross.
And it was cold. I think that even though it was played I want to say that was Tulane Stadium down there in Nolans.
They need at least 4 lanes.
Why do I know that?
Because you got a storehouse of useless knowledge that you filled your brain with. It doesn't allow you to have common knowledge a lot of the times.
By the way, the 4-7-1, they have that unstable tie on their record. Colts at the 8-3 Cowboys, 12.5 points, Colby. The Cowboys are favored with a 43.5 point total.
Uh-huh.
Big Red has the Cowboys in the over.
Okay.
I have the Cowboys in the over. Make it unanimous.
Make it a menage a trois. I have the Cowboys in the over.
Cowboys in the over, and now Colby wants a threesome.
Just not with you two.
Well, that's what we're doing. That's the game.
No.
We don't have to cross swords.
Wait. You know what? I'm not even going to think about that too long. It's not even going to be part of it.
You brought it up.
I did not bring it up.
You said menage a trois.
I could have been talking about the red wine, sir.
By the way, what's your opinion of menage a trois, their Merlot and their Cabernet Sauvignon?
I like their blends better, but
yeah,
that other's not.
I kind of like them. I'm a Cabernet Sauvignon guy.
Well, I mean, I
like my Merlots too.
I like a good Malbec myself, but that's just, if you want to get there and go with
Really? I don't know that I've ever had a halibut wine.
Malbec.
Malbec. What is a Malbec? Is that a red?
Yeah, it's a red.
Really?
It's like a little bit of beyond the Cabernet as far as like when you're
sweeter?
No. Like it goes Malbec, Cabernet Sauvignon, then like Merlot, a Pinot Noir, and then your red blends and like your Shiraz, but it's got a peppery note to it.
Why did they name a wine after a black penis?
Which one?
Penis Noir.
Is it a Pinot Noir?
Does that not mean penis in French?
I'm pretty sure it doesn't.
Je m'appelle Tim, toi?
I don't know what you want to do with your twat.
I'll tell you. Which means, Colby, thank God.
Is it?
It's time for this.
Thank you, Tim. Thank you, me. Thank you for making us sound good. News and Notes is where I search the World Wide Web for the weird. Internets. By God, I found it. So, waiting on my phone to load the first story, and it did. Congratulations.
That's what she said.
Congratulations to my phone. Let's go to Florida, a.k.a. America's Wang, as, well, we've had a small little accident that's actually killed somebody over in Melbourne, Florida. As I'm trying to find the gentleman's name, John
Gerber.
John Marcano. He's 53. He was in an SUV. And the reason why this story is in News and Notes is because he was on his way to go pick up his kids, and he ended up, and there's camera view of this, he struck another car in an intersection and careened into a fireworks store. To which his truck caught on fire like one of those movie crashes.
Why are we laughing at this? The person died.
I know, in a fireworks store. And people videoed it.
Oh, no. It's just like the, who's the Raiders wide receiver from Alabama?
All I can tell you is the likelihood that you can, run into a car and then have your truck go into like the side of, like a storefront of a building. The likelihood of your car or truck catching on fire is really, really, really low. The likelihood of your car or truck catching on fire and the store that you went to the front window of is a fireworks store.
Colby.
It's also really low, and it just doesn't seem like fate was on this guy's side at all.
It was his time, right? Like, you just can't deny that.
No. Poor guy.
I mean, it had to be quick, though, right?
You kind of hope it was.
I mean.
And not that, like, he was sitting there in his truck and okay and just ended up in Black Cat Alley.
Knew a Black Cat comment was coming.
So.
Colby.
That's bad of me.
That's why you don't go to Florida.
That's bad of me to say all that, but I just saw that and I was like, what is the chances that your car starts being on fire?
I think we have live audio of that accident.
Again, somebody passed away during the middle of this, and we all should stop grinning. Bad. You're all evil people.
I'm trying.
Yeah. Fireworks store. Let's go from there to we're going to a Southgate Chuck E. Cheese. Now
they still have those?
Yeah, they do. on Dick's Toledo Road.
Can I laugh yet?
Yes, you can laugh at Dick's Toledo Road.
Okay, good.
Or Chucky, here's my penis. So, what happened is at this particular Chuck E. Cheese, the place was just now closing, and so like the manager had pretty much let everybody else go. Everything was cleaned up. Everything was ready to just close for the business day. And as the last employee left out, and it was just this one manager there, he heard the front door open of the Chuck E. Cheese, and so he peers out from his manager office, and he sees these people and doesn't recognize them. He immediately hits the panic alarm that locks the door behind the person because it's not supposed to let kids, like, be taken away, you know, that kind of situation.
Mm-hmm.
So it locks everything up and calls police, and he's locked in his office, and the police are on their way, and the police get there, and as the police then, you know, have it unlocked, they walk in to ask the two men what they were doing. And they were there for the carpet cleaning service. Oh. That's supposed to be performed at the Chuck E. Cheese. Here's two things out of this, guys. Number one, the carpet cleaning service doesn't happen enough at Chuck E. Cheese's. If the manager doesn't know these people or why they're there, then it's been a while.
Maybe he's new.
Since I don't care. Somebody has to explain to him he's been there for a week, right? It's Chuck E. Cheese. It's the land of kids and vomit and stuff.
Clean your carpet every night, Chuck E. Cheese.
I mean, I'm sure they vacuum, but, I mean, I have never, ever been in a Chuck E. Cheese playground area that didn't smell like fresh spew.
Sometimes it was my own.
So.
You ever been to Chuck E. Cheese hungover?
No.
That is never a good idea.
No.
Ugh.
Probably.
Thankfully, my kids have all outgrown Chuck E. Cheese. They're afraid of him still.
That's my observation. Number one is that carpet cleaning needs to happen more at Chuck E. Cheese. Number two, after you hit the panic alarm, while you're through the door, manager guy, before the cops get there, why don't you holler out the door and say, "Hey, what are you guys here for?" So you're not surprised when the police show.
Surprise, I'm here. You know what? That never would have happened at Showbiz Pizza Time.
No, because they clean their own carpets.
And among others.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if their carpet matched their drapes, Colby.
I don't know. Really don't care to know.
I'd like to know.
There's two guys. Again, there's two guys in this story.
Never mind.
You meant what?
I meant chicks.
Okay. The story didn't involve a single chick.
By the way, you know what I just determined?
What's that?
In my in-depth research of porn.
As you're doing that right now?
I'm not doing it right now. I'm producing a show right now.
Okay.
I got responsibilities.
Okay. I know you take them very seriously.
There is no such thing as chicks with dicks.
.com?
Only dudes with boobs. That category is a lie on Pornhub. Right? You're not a chick with a dick. You're a dude with some boobs. I'm just throwing that out there because I believe that category title should change immediately. Because it's easier to put boobs on a dude than it is a dick on a chick.
Not in some of those videos. Just saying. Let's go from all that Tim just said and try and find our way onto a mobile segue.
Did I pull us into a ditch, Colby?
As what's your favorite thing about, and never mind, I'm going to ask myself, hey, Colby.
Colby.
What's your favorite thing about visiting a hotel? Well,
prostitutes.
Colby, my favorite thing about visiting a hotel is It's when they have like the big shower with the the whole bathtub situation that might have like the water jets and shit in it. Yeah, I enjoy that too, Colby. That's one of the things I look forward to is possibly being able to hold down a bathroom without worrying about people wanting to get in there. That's pretty amazing.
It's not what Whitney Houston thought.
No. Well, hotel bathtubs may soon be a thing of the past, as for many people, hotel bathtubs are one of their favorite parts of traveling. Because, hey, go take a bath, but also they have the neat little whatevers to soothing bath, and it might have the jets, or it's actually a bathtub that's worthy of fitting your whole fat ass in there.
Yeah.
Might actually be able to be pulled off. Or it's long enough that you can actually lay down in the son of a bitch. That's also a good thing.
Every body part under your neck could fit in those tubs.
Right. So imagine the disappointment when they went to go visit renovated hotels only to find that it's been replaced with a rainfall shower.
Oh, see? I might still be in.
I am not a bathtub guy situation that I've probably bathtubbed myself. Like maybe.
That was a verb.
I just made it one. That maybe, 2 times, and that's...
Wait, in your life?
In the past 6-7 years.
What? Wow.
Yeah, there's been all showers. I prefer showers,
so,
obviously.
Look, I prefer showers, all right? But it is not a secret that I also enjoy the occasional...
Jazz bath?
Jazz bath.
Mm.
So apparently you're aware of my jazz bath. # jazz bath.
Right. By the way, you can buy that actual CD, right?
Jazz bath.
Jazz
I got my own playlist, Colby. It's Kenny Rogers, Kenny Loggins, Lionel Richie, Celine Dion.
I was hoping it was just everybody named Kenny.
Neil Diamond.
I'm going to be excited about them.
Kenny from South Park.
It's called the Kenny Bath.
Kenny G.
Good times.
Good baths.
So if you enjoy the hotel bath, try and go to one that hadn't been renovated yet, because it looks like that's the new wave.
Like the you talking about like the major chains are doing that? Like the Hiltons and the Marriotts and the
Yes.
Whatever. They're all owned by the same company, I think.
Right.
We need to talk to our buddy Jeb about that. He works for a chain of hotels.
Yes.
We need to get the inside scoop.
Right. Maybe he can get us some hotel rooms.
Maybe we can get us some baths.
Right. Hey, if they're getting rid of them.
Hey, how do you think it'd look with the bathtub over in the corner of the studio over there?
I mean, if nobody's here, it'd look pretty cool.
Like fake bubbles, and you get shamed for a segment. You gotta go sit in the tub. Go put a microphone on over there.
Oh, you said shamed. I was like, you get shaved.
Oh, well, I mean, yeah.
I mean, I guess you can do that in there too.
We can all be shaved. And chafed.
Yeah, and things. Jesus Francisco Sarzorin Lorne.
Son of God.
He's also known as El Pirata.
Oh.
Or the Pirate.
All right.
He's also a drug cartel boss.
Oh.
He died last week in an illegal drag race. I don't know why they had to say illegal.
Because it wasn't sanctioned.
I mean, if you're in Sonora, Mexico.
Oh, everything's illegal there.
And one of the racers is a drug cartel boss.
Was it a dude with boobs?
I'm pretty sure all of everything else that's under that is also illegal.
Yeah.
So he's been celebrated by scores of people. Apparently he was really, really liked and loved. Either that or
they just wanted his money.
His cartels threatened the people that were there. You go to this funeral or else we'll get you. But they've got his picture up on the Instagram because drug cartels have Instagram.
Huh. Is that how they do deals?
Just the fact that they just do. And it's like, hey, look at us.
I wish you'd told me this ahead of time. I'd put it on the screen.
And in his funeral picture, he's wearing a crown. I just wanted to throw that out there. So it's a Fast and Furious style illegal race again. Drug cartel.
Was Paul Walker driving?
They don't. No, he's dead.
Too soon.
Yeah. Why'd you have to do that?
He wasn't even driving.
Son of a bitch.
I didn't kill him.
Did you?
You almost killed Johnny Cochran.
No, I pretty much did kill.
You did kill Johnny Cochran.
So there's that. There's that. No, they found a new volcano in Hawaii, you guys.
Fuck me.
So I guess you got to love it.
Wait. Oh my God. Hang on. Jesus Christ.
Here's my penis.
Okay, so wait, time out.
What?
They just now found a new volcano in Hawaii.
Yes.
Is there a spot on anywhere in Hawaii that just people have never been?
No.
The volcano clearly is not a new volcano.
No, it is. It's a new volcano.
It just happened.
It wasn't there before, and then it's like the Earth's zit.
It just popped.
And then stuff started coming out of it.
I feel like geologists are the most overrated of all the sciences.
Right.
It's just ridiculous. They don't do anything.
And the space geologists, they're even worse.
Hey, moon rocks are important, Colby.
Man, but
it's going to cure cancer one day.
I've always wondered how those people that studied space rocks and stuff could also tell us how the weather was and why they have to have meteorologists up there on the screen.
Huh.
Meteorologist.
I get it. I just don't know if that was rim job worthy.
Well, you know what? You can suck a butt for whatever you want to do. That's news and notes, everybody.
Thank you, Colby Sapp. Thank you to me.
Uh-huh.
Thank you to our studio audience that we never have anymore because nobody ever comes to see us anymore. Surprise, I'm here.
Surprise.
We will be back on Monday to recap the Cowboys' big win over the Colts. Did I just jinx them?
No.
You don't think so?
I don't think
it's not jinx-worthy.
Game is jinxable.
And we'll have some more lists and some more fun, some more birthdays and news and notes. May or may not have an in-studio guest with us.
Right.
By the way, if you are interested in being a studio guest with us and you live in the Dallas-Fort Worth area and you like to drink on the air.
Just like to talk stupid shit for about 2 hours.
Or you like to be stupid, give us a shout-out. We may bring you in to watch some sports and do some radio talking and sports stuff if we deem you worthy. We need a 5,000-word essay. I'm just kidding.
Fuck that. I ain't reading that shit.
Nobody. I mean, that's how Colby got his job here.
No, I showed up one day, remember?
He just says, hey, I want to talk. All right. Better than the rest of us here. Why not? We'll be back Monday, 7 o'clock Central. Make sure you look for the replays of this show on our YouTube channel and our Facebook channels, and then also the Drunk Sports Podcast on your favorite podcast app. Make sure you give it a like, give it a subscribe over there at that YouTube. We do have a new YouTube channel because YouTube's dicks and they shut our old one down. So, and thanks, by the way, for you guys that have already subscribed, because we went from literally 0 to, I think we're up to 200 subscribers now in the matter of a week.
Nice.
So keep that coming. Make sure you tell your friends about the channel. Make sure you tell your friends about our show. And yes, as teased at the beginning, there is a name change coming. We are giving you guys an opportunity to be a part of that name change. And we'll give you more direction on that as we can. So for Colby, I'm Tim. We'll do it all again on Monday. We hope you join us then, and I promise we'll do better.
No.
We'll see ya.
Thanks for listening to this episode of the Drunk Sports Podcast. Join us next time for more sports talk. Till next time, remember, podcasting is a sport. Got you down.
Internet.
This is the funnest night ever.
We're all drunk.
God damn it, Griggs.
Shut up, Tim. We're not talking about my mother.
Shots fired. Shots fired.
My gilla, my me do belong, mama.